Do you follow a religion?
No, not really.
Why not? Some people do.
I just believe in the Most High. So I don't, you know what? I feel like the name God was given. I don't feel like God came and was like, yo, my name is God. This what y'all gonna call me. You know what I'm saying? I feel like some people made God up and said, I not made God up, but made the name God up. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that's why I always say praise to the Most High. I don't never really say God too much. You know what I'm saying? Unless we playing like on God, some shit like that. But nah, it's always Most High, highest power, because it's definitely something, but we don't know what it is, and don't nobody else know what it is. You can't call nobody, and they gonna tell you, they know for sure what something is. Everybody's story different, no matter how good this shit sound. Ain't nobody really done died and came back a month later for real. Like, all right, I'm finna tell you how this shit go. So I can't go off of stories and all that, but what I do understand is the Most High. I definitely believe in it. And I do still say, you know what I'm saying, stuff like Lord and Jesus Christ and God. And I say God because that's what's instilled in us. But I believe it's a lot more that we don't understand, and it's way deeper than what we can understand. So I don't really follow no particular religion. I just definitely believe in God. I believe in the Most High. I believe in the highest power for sure. So I just don't want to be stuck under one thing. I could be wrong. I could be believing in this shit and then find out on Judgment Day it's over with. I've been following the wrong shit. So I just want to um, show my beliefs in a whole nother way, where he know that it's genuine and he know that I'm 100. You know.
Now, because you do use terms like Lord and Jesus and things of that nature, would you say you're Christian based or not even?
I could say that. I could say that only, you know, from the way we was uh, raised and grown up. We was all raised in a household that believed in something. So my people definitely believed in something. They definitely Christians. And so I have nothing against it. My sister go to church every Sunday. And if she heard me say that, she'll probably sit me down and get talking to me about my beliefs and all that. But it's nothing wrong with my beliefs. I believe 100% that there is a God. There is a higher power. So I'm not against it. You know what I'm saying? I get it. I don't want to represent some or say something that I don't know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? So before I claim something 100%, I want to know exactly what I'm talking about. Until then, it's just the Most High.
You were raised on Christian beliefs, Christian values, things of that nature, the Christian religion.
Yeah.
Was that under your mother, your father, grandparents on either side?
I remember as a kid, my mama take me to church every Sunday, and we didn't want to go, but we had to go. So yeah, that was as a kid. I mean, up to like 5, 6 years old. But uh, yeah, my whole family went to church. Everybody kind of went to church, and not because they wanted to go to church. Just people just had to go to church. You know what I'm saying? So, uh, yeah, my whole family is like real religious. My whole family real religious.
When it came to your mother, for example, was it a certain denomination under Christianity she believed in by any chance?
I was so young, I can't really say,
Okay.
but I do know that she was in church every Sunday, so she definitely believed in something.
Now, the fact that you consider yourself Christian based but aren't committed to a religion or follow a religion per se, did that cause any rift between you and your mother, for example? The fact that the way you see it as you just described versus the way she raised you and things of that nature, did that cause a rift between you and her at all? I know you mentioned,
Yeah,
if your sister heard you talking like this, she would pull
yeah,
you to the
yeah,
side and have a conversation with you.
yeah.
But as far as your mother or maybe other family members, do your do the way you look at religion now, did that cause a rift between any of the other members of your family? aside from your sister, because you already described that?
My mother, nah, because I was too young to have these conversations with her. But nah, really, I'm not gonna say people don't care, but I'm not saying nothing bad. So I'm not saying nothing that's out of the box. Like what? You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like they respect that. I feel that. No one really knows. You know what I'm saying? They could say they know, and they could say, man, we read the Bible and all that and this and that. I mean, that's cool. I ain't mad at none of that. I feel all of that is man-made. I don't really know how real that is. I just believe in my beliefs. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I say the Most High. I'm not sitting here saying like, oh, I don't believe in God. I don't believe in this and that and the third. No, I believe in everything. I just think it's way deeper than what we can understand. So I don't want to be running around here acting like I know what I'm talking about, and I don't. So I got my beliefs.
Now, according to CNN.com, as of 7:53 p.m. on November 6, 2021, of the 8 people who died at the Astroworld Festival, 7 of them range from age 14 to 27. Houston's mayor says hundreds were injured. Okay? On social audio app Clubhouse, are you familiar with that app at all?
Yeah.
Okay. People questioned if this event was a sacrifice of some sort, if there was demonology involved, if there was Satanism, things of that nature.
Yeah.
Just for context, how long have you been in the music industry for? Rough estimate.
I want to say about 5-6 years.
Okay.
Professionally.
And for time reference, it's November 2021 now. In your opinion, from what you've seen, what you've experienced, does this exist? Does this really happen? Sacrifices, demonology, Satanism amongst recording artists and things of that nature.
I've never seen it. I can't really even say that I believe that it exists. I've never seen it. I got a friend, Eli. He called me all the time with these conspiracy theories, man. I tell him all the time, like, bro, you have to stay off of YouTube. Like, YouTube and social media and everybody having an opinion and a voice, it's like, man, it'll fuck your head up. No, I don't believe that it's no demonic shit going on. I just feel like he got a certain fan base. And they, you know what I'm saying? Like, they turn up a whole different way. It's just like Uzi and all these guys like Playboy Cardi, and they just got different type of fan bases. The support is different. They show up probably 10 times more like a regular artist fan base. It's different. So if they having a good time and they turning up and they enjoying themselves, they happy to see Travis. I don't personally think that Travis was like, you know, we gonna kill people today or we gonna injure people. I don't believe that that's what he doing this for. Honestly, if I could be wrong, but I don't believe that.
Now, what about this? There are some people watching this interview, listening to you talk and things of that nature based on your experience saying, look, there are some recording artists who do include some demon type of or demonic type of lingo. For example, like demon time. That's a phrase.
Yeah.
There are recording artists who implement imagery of devilish things and demonic things in artwork in some of the music videos and things of that nature.
Yeah.
What do you think that's about?
I think it's all to just gain attention. Honestly, I think it's to gain attention. That's just like when they say Jay-Z throw up the rock and it's supposed to mean so much. And you notice Jay-Z kept doing it. He kept doing it. Y'all want to keep talking, I'm going to give you something to talk about. Every single time. I think they do little small stuff just to get you thinking that it's that. It's conversation. It's marketing. You know, they stand in the people's face. They stand in the people's ear. Somebody always talking about it. It's barbershop talk. Man, you seen Jay-Z, man. You seen Lil Uzi got the little this and that. And it's like, I don't never feed into that. I've never really seen it with my own eyes in the music industry where I was like, this shit look weird. You know what I'm saying? I meet all the people that these people are watching, and then when I see them, I'm like, this a regular person. This ain't the same dude that they talking about doing this, that, and the third. It's a regular person. It's the music business. It's the entertainment industry. They put here to entertain you. So that's what they doing. They entertaining you. They giving you something to talk about.
Have you ever implemented any of this imagery, these phrases, lingo, things of that nature in your music, in your imagery, in your appearance of your music, things of that nature? Have you played with it or any of that nature?
No, I was just about to say nah, but I remember one time I dropped a mixtape called Carluminati. And I remember it was like the little pyramids and all that in my face. But that was a joke. I did that to joke around. Like, if it is an Illuminati, I did that playing with their head. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it's car Illuminati now, nigga. Ain't fuck Illuminati. I don't believe that that really exists. But I do think that it's probably some weird shit going on that we don't know about. But people will look at it like, shit, you probably ain't get big enough to understand this shit. And if I got to get big enough to understand that shit, I don't even want to get big. Fuck it.
Now, when it comes to music festivals, I do want to ask you a few questions about that. Is Astroworld a turning point in the music industry, in your opinion, and the aftermath that's taken place since?
Repeat it one more time. I'm sorry.
Do you think? Well, let me ask you this. Okay, is Astroworld a turning point in the music industry? Was that what took place, just a one-off event? Or do you think there will be some changes in some sort of capacity in the music industry, whether it's in regards to music festivals or whatever the case may be, because of Astroworld? Do you think that's a turning point in the music industry?
Nah, I think it's gonna still be festivals. It's still gonna be crazy. This shit still gonna be rocking. People still gonna be, passing out. People was passing out when Michael Jackson was coming out, man. You know what I'm saying? Michael Jackson come out perform, motherfuckers damn near dead before he got on the stage. This just what it was. Michael Jackson could look at you and your ass pass out. So I mean, I really feel like they could have done things better. Security and making sure just everything was situated. I think they just didn't make sure everything was situated. That's all. I don't think Travis went out there with the intentions to hurt people. He loved his fans, and I really believe that. And I don't hang with Travis Scott to take up for him. I don't really know dude ass like that. I met Travis Scott one time. It's no reason that I should take his side. I'm just being honest though. I don't believe that this man went out there trying to do that on purpose. I think that it just got out of control. They couldn't handle it. They couldn't secure it. Things went bad. And I think he's somewhere feeling bad. I think he's somewhere hurt. He's somewhere salty. It ain't even about the money. It's not about missing money. It's not about none of that. He really like, damn, the world hate me. And it's something that I really couldn't control at that time. I was just trying to put on a good show. I'm an artist. I got a earpiece in my ear. The music is loud in the motherfucker. The fans are loud in the motherfucker. We got fire blowing up out the flow around this motherfucker. So it's just two. He got only two eyes. He can't see all them people. You see what I'm saying? So that's all. I ain't really trying to take up for him. All I'm trying to say is I don't believe in my heart that he did that on purpose. And that now festivals from now on, just to answer your question, I think festivals from now on gonna still go on. They're gonna still live on. People gonna still turn up. They just gonna get this security shit together and they gonna make sure things are right. Motherfuckers ain't just gonna be running over people.
Now, have you had a chance to perform at a music festival in your career?
Yeah, Rolling Loud.
And how many times have you done that?
One time where
Do
Durk brought me out.
Okay. Do you remember what city, what year that was?
Miami. I want to say like 2-3 years ago.
Okay. What was that like?
Man, it's turned. It's crazy. Like fire shooting up off the motherfucking floor. Uh, Fans going crazy. People knowing who you are. People screaming your name, taking pictures and videos. So it's a good experience. It's fun. It's just like a show, just times 10.
Did you have an earpiece back then?
Nah,
Okay.
just a microphone.
If you did, I was going to ask, what really goes on with those earpieces, like what's being said or what's communicated or what do you actually hear through those earpieces. But I was just curious. I'm sure there's people in the audience that want to know what that's like. But
Yeah.
when you were doing that show, was it the back then 2-3 years ago? And I know Lil Durk is much more popular and bigger in status now than he was 2-3 years ago. But was that the main stage back then that you guys touched?
I want to say, yeah, I want to say it was the main stage for sure. Yeah.
Okay. Back then, when you had a chance to perform, and what'd you do? One song, or you remained on stage for other songs, or?
Yeah, I was on stage the whole time, but I did Donut.
Okay.
I did
Okay.
Donut with him.
That's your song featuring him. A song you're featured on of his.
Yeah, that's the song that he featured me on in 2015 that went viral. It's like 15 million or something like that now. It was a big record though. It's the record that show a lot of people like, oh, that's Hypno Carlito.
When you say 15 million, you're talking about like YouTube?
Yeah.
Okay. If you can recollect, because I know 2-3 years, you've experienced much more things than Rolling Loud. But
Yeah.
What did you actually see? Could you actually see individual fans being on that stage? And I know this Astroworld was a different stage,
Yeah.
Did you get a chance to perform in the daytime or at night?
Nighttime.
Okay, so I know Astroworld was at night when Travis Scott took it, but I know it's a different fan base, different city. What, Astroworld was in Houston, you guys were, what'd you say, Miami?
Miami.
Yeah, different, could be a different crowd, different stage setup for sure, but what could you see at night? Could you see those fans individually? Could you?
Nah, you can't. I'm glad you asked that because I wasn't even thinking about this. But now that I think about it, when you perform it, period, if you perform it for a good crowd, you don't see nobody. You just see the first couple rows, and you probably could see a couple faces or whatnot. But after that, you don't see nothing behind that. You might just see hands and you see movement. But the reason why it's lights behind those people. So those lights are coming on you. So it's all these lights. You're not seeing because them lights blinding you for real. So I remember when I used to perform, they'll tell me like the lights gonna blind you. Just look at the exit sign. So we're told to look at the exit sign, but it looked like you're looking at the people. But you're really looking at the exit signs. That way you could keep that light out your eye. So you can't really see. You might see a couple people in the front and you can come down, reach for their hand or whatever, but nah, you can't, especially in Travis' situation. Like, nah, I doubt if he was able to really like peep people just going through it. And then if we're not mistaken, they had a video where he was checking on people and he was calling security, hey, come get them for the people that he did see. He's one person. He's not gonna see thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of people getting injured.
I know I don't put my opinion in interviews, but I remember when I was DJing for Yo Gotti for a few years. I remember sometimes he would say on stage, he would get on the mic and he would be like, "Hey, yo, light man, I want to put the lights on the crowd. I want to see the crowd." So he would have a chance to maybe see what was going on. Now, I don't know if he was individually seeing people, but I remember him saying, like, there would be a time in the show where we would just stop and pause, and he would be like, it was like interaction with his fans, and he would talk to his fans for maybe a minute or two, but he would say, put the lights on the crowd, and then the lights would be off him, so it was maybe more possible to see.
Yeah, I mean, that does happen. And anytime, Gotti probably saying something like that, That's because he can't see the crowd. He wanna see the crowd. Hey, light man, put the lights on the crowd. Let me see the crowd. So yeah, I definitely, now that you say it like that, I definitely believe like that man wasn't seeing all of that. He wasn't, nah, cause I've been on stage and I've seen it. Them lights when they in your eyes, man, you don't see nothing but the first row or two. For real, for real.
Now, we could take Rolling Loud out of the equation, but just you doing shows in different venues, have you personally ever stopped a show over a fan or some sort of disturbance?
Yeah, one time for a fight, and I just made everybody stop fighting. It wasn't even everybody. I think it was like 4 niggas, and they was trying to fight in Chicago. And I told DJ, stop the music. Hey, y'all stop that stupid ass shit. Go outside if y'all gonna do that. Y'all fucking it up for the fans. They gonna shut it down. Stop that shit. Turn up. Y'all came to turn up. So luckily they just left it alone. Niggas just started turning. Them niggas drunk, man. Them niggas just started turning up. But yeah, like it get to them moments sometimes where you gotta speak out. They gonna listen to you. You just gotta know how to talk to them.
Now, what compelled you to do that?
Just because it was throwing off my show too. I'm trying to perform. Everybody trying to turn up with me, but they getting pushed over because people, you know what I'm saying? So, that's when I'm like, hey, y'all stop that stupid ass shit. But, yeah, I can't really recall too many times because we ain't never really had crazy bad shows. You know what I'm saying? Like, but when it is something, we'll speak out. I done seen Durk tell people like, hey, stop that shit. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
Now, in that instance, and again, I don't know if your memory can recollect this or not, but in that instance where you stop the fight or two that's going on, do you see that with your own eyes that's happening and you voluntarily get on the mic and direct the music to stop and the crowd to chill? Or did somebody get your attention and say, yo, they fighting, yo, you need to...
My homie, I remember my homie, my homie Coca had told me for the show in Chicago, he just had tapped me like, hey, they tweaking over there. And I'm performing. So I know my show was nothing like Travis Scott's show. So if he could just tap me and I'm not even knowing, and that's when I walk over there to the corner, hey, y'all tweaking, y'all fucking the show up. Stop that shit, take that shit outside. So if if Coke could come to me and tell me this going on, that just go to show. Like when you in the zone, you in the zone.
Now, a few more questions and we'll wrap up here on this discussion. But I know you said music festivals probably won't stop after Astroworld.
Yeah.
But in your opinion, should music festivals be banned after Astroworld?
No, definitely not. And it's like my condolences to all the families for sure. I feel like they just got to get their shit together. They got to secure it better. You know, don't stop festivals as a whole, but just get their shit together. I think they just stumbled on that one, where they didn't have the security that they really needed. You know what I'm saying? But no, I've actually never really seen this happen. So I don't think that it's just, if it's something that's constantly happening, then yeah. But nah, it was a bad day.
Now, if music festivals, well, let me ask you this. Let me just rephrase. Okay, I understand I hear your opinion there, okay?
Yeah.
Should music festivals just switch to seated venues like an arena or stadium since the aftermath of Astroworld? So maybe not ban the music festival, but instead of it just being a free-for-all in the crowd, standing room only, where people could do whatever they want, maybe seated like in a more organized fashion like a arena or stadium.
I don't think that'll make no difference because ain't nobody gonna really sit down and watch you. People gonna stand up, even if it's seats, they gonna stand up. So I think, I just think they just really need to boost up security for real, for real. That's it.
Now, again, I don't put my personal opinion in it, but I will give a personal recollection. I forgot what show it was. I may have attended Beyonce or Drake or one of those arena concerts,
Yeah.
tours, stop in Atlanta, and I remember it being all seated. It wasn't a free-for-all in the middle of the arena. You know, of course, the arena has the bowl of seated stuff, but in the middle, They actually have like, I don't know, like field chairs or something where people
Yeah.
sit. And I remember, of course, people are standing, and some people would stand on the chair.
Yeah.
Now, I've seen security come by and tell people, hey, get off the chair like that, because I guess that could be a liability if somebody falls or something like that, hurts themselves. And I've seen instances where, and I don't know if it's because of lack of security, where people are standing on their seat and no one says anything to them.
Yeah.
So I'm just throwing that out there that I have seen people in a seated, organized fashion, but like you said,
Yeah.
just because they have seats doesn't mean they're going to sit. They're going to stand and try to
Facts.
do things. But I've seen security try to assess the situation. I've seen security not. And I don't know if that's because of lack of security or not, but just putting my personal experience, not opinion, in the interview.
Yeah.
Okay, my last question. Any suggestions or solutions for music festivals moving forward after Astroworld from, you know, a recording artist's perspective like yourself? If there's anything here.
I mean, I'll just say, like I said before, I'll just say security. Make sure security is beefed up. Boost your security up. You have to make sure these people are okay. Can't have these people coming out and then it's like a chance of losing my life just because I want to see my favorite artist. So you have to do better, and you gotta, you know what I'm saying, just make sure things are a little bit better situated. Not a little bit better, but a lot bit better. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Get they shit together. Make sure when they, you know, running this show, they running it the right way.
And I want to ask you one more thing. I know I said that was my last question, but I just want to, just for clarification, transparency.
Yeah.
I know you mentioned a few names in this conversation. Lil Uzi Vert. I can't remember who else you mentioned, but I know you said Travis Scott you met one time.
Yeah.
But Lil Uzi Vert, have you had a chance to meet him?
Yeah.
One time or more than once?
Once in Miami.
Okay. Playboy Cardi.
No. I ain't gonna get a chance to meet him.
Okay. Lil Nas X.
No.
Okay. And that's all I could think of off the top of my head that I remember with some demon, satanic imagery maybe, or references to. So just curious if any of that. Lil Wayne, you ever met Lil Wayne?
Nah, no. I seen Lil Wayne. I see when I say meet, I mean like shaking your hand and you seeing me face to face, and I'm Lito, I'm Wayne. You know what I'm saying? So, nah, no. I seen Wayne, but in the studio, but we ain't never talking nothing like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I think he may have had a music video. I can't remember what the name of the music video was, but it had a tone of maybe demonology or Satanism in it.
Always.
So just curious there. But none of these names, the Travis, Lil Uzi, people that you've actually had to met, you haven't had a chance to actually work with.
Yeah, Travis.
You actually worked with Travis.
Yeah, I wrote French Montana verse on 5 Mo featuring Travis Scott and Lil Durk. We was all in the studio together.
Ah. And do you remember what year this was?
2014 or 2015. If it was 2014, it was the end of it. If it was 2015, it was probably like damn near summer or something. It was before Casino Life 2 dropped.
But Travis was in the studio with you guys.
Yeah, I got a picture of me, Travis, and Durk in my studio.
I know that was quite some time ago, relatively speaking, but what was Travis like back then in that session?
Cool. We went to Travis Scott's house too, matter of fact. Dang, I forgot about that. This one, Fredo was alive. Metro was there. Durk was there. I was there. Travis was there. And Travis had dipped out. And then when we went to another studio, that's when Travis pulled up. He did the song with Durk and French. And I was writing French verses then.
And were you ghosting his verse, or you actually got public credits about that?
Yeah, we was ghosting it, sitting in the booth. I just go in the booth with him, and it don't even take nothing from French. French talented, you know what I'm saying? But I was just helping out. I sit in the booth with him and just go line for line, and we'll get it done. So I don't know if he was doing it to help me out or if he was doing it because he really needed it. You know what I'm saying? But either way, it's all love though.
So is that something you just voluntarily jump in and help him with, or he asked for your help, or what? How does that work?
He told me come here one time. He was like, hey, come here. And I went in the booth, and then how French record, he record like he freestyle like line by line. So I'm just giving them lines, and by the time I finish giving them lines, we got a whole damn verse done.
But never got songwriting credit for that. It was just a ghost situation.
Yeah, it was love at that time. I was so new. I was still new to the situation. I was just helping out, building a relationship. Then he had did a verse for me too for my project. Yeah.
Was that like part of the deal in a sense? Okay, you helped him with that, so now he's just gonna look out and do a verse for you type of thing?
Nah, we was just working. It was never like a conversation on, you pay me this and I ain't really started taking songwriting serious like that until after the French situation. Cause after the French situation, I'm like, damn. Cause I wrote like majority of French verse on the song with Will I Am too. And that's when I started thinking about it, like, damn, I'm writing records on good features and shit like that. Like I gotta get my shit together. So, but I don't feel like I took a loss though. I don't feel like I took a L. It was fun. It was cool. We was vibing. We was chilling. He gave me a verse. He ain't never say like, I'm gonna give you a verse. Write this shit for me. It was just like, nah. After when he knew my mixtape was coming out, he ended up jumping on it. That's why he on the intro to Never Say Never.
Wasn't a paid feature or anything like that?
I know.
Why not work with him further than that? Why just those 2 or 3 songs there?
French kind of, once the project dropped, he started moving around and doing his little touring, and then we went on tour. And once we went on tour, Durk kind of just started doing his own thing. Durk was already rocking with Coke Boys. He was never signed to Coke Boys. He was just rocking with Coke Boys hard. You know what I'm saying? So it's like everybody still had their own life. It wasn't like we was obligated, like we had to be in the studio with French or we had to be working on this album with French. It wasn't like that. French just wanted to do business with Durk at that time. And I think, not to even speak on Durk's situation, I just think he went his way. However the world saw it, that's how it happened. And shit, he made a good decision, shit.